Hello and welcome to 2 Minutes to Health with Care Chiropractic. In this episode we're going to be talking about two things. Firstly, the proper driving posture, and secondly we're going to be talking about specific exercises you can do in your own car whether you're the driver or passenger. So let's get started. Now before we get started, make sure you take out this little bad boy from your back pocket. Not good for the pelvis. Here we go. Okay, now most people find themselves when they're in front of the steering wheel to be sitting in a posture something like this. Now, as you can see, this is no good for the spine, nor for your health. So what you might notice is I've got my pelvis forward, which can create some lower back pain, can create some sciatic pain down the back of the legs, but also on top of that, I've got my head forward, my chin tucked forward, which creates a whole lot of shoulder stress, neck pain, and at worst, headaches. So how do we correct this? So first thing we've got to do is tuck the pelvis in as far back into the chair as possible. Make sure the shoulders are in line with your hips and tuck the chin in so it's all in line. On top of that, you want to make sure there's a slight bend in the arms while you've got your hands rested on the steering wheel. Now I want you to see what's happening in the car when you're sitting in a bad posture. So on this model of the spine, what we can see is the pelvis is tucked forward. We can also see a lot of strain on that lower back. There's a lot of flattening of that curve. The mid back is curved, which would actually cause that head to travel forward, and that's why you get that forward head carriage. So if you were to sit up straight, what would that look like? Firstly, your pelvis would be all the way back into the chair. You'll have that neutral lumbar curve, that lower back curve. Your mid back wouldn't be as curved as before, and your head would be sitting a lot straighter, therefore taking away a lot of that pressure on the spine and making your ride a lot more enjoyable. So now that you've got yourself aligned and comfortable, we're going to be talking about those 5 exercises I like to call the traffic light exercises. Number 1, it's called tucking the chin in. So what you're going to be doing is using your finger, tuck your chin towards your chest. Not down, not up, but tucking it inwards. This is to get a good stretch at the back of the neck. Number 2, we're going to be stretching the head from side to side with a little bit of overpressure just to create a nice stretch on the sides of the neck. Number 3 is rolling the shoulders backwards. So you're going to roll the shoulders backwards. Between 5 and 10 times will be sufficient at every traffic light. Number 4, it's going to be tucking the pelvis in and out. Now, whilst having your bottom all the way in the back of the chair, you're going to push the pelvis upwards and into the seat. Upwards and into the seat. You can go side to side as well. The idea is to basically loosen up the lower back and stop it from stiffening up. And the last one, now you can't see my feet, but if you could imagine my hands as my feet, you're going to be pointing the toes down and upwards. I would advise you to pull the handbrake up for this one. Remember these tips and enjoy the ride. A message to you from Care Chiropractic.